Sean here. We are going to talk about why Cyraxx's dreams, why he still chases them, I guess I should say, and why they haven't come to fruition. Now, the problem with Chance, the first problem, it's not that he's not talented, it's he believes he was born with talent, innate talent. He really believes that didn't come through hard work, didn't come through any perspiration. This was given to him at birth. Now, I know he made up that, before anybody calls me out, I know he made up that bullcrap story where he suddenly had all this talent. He was a virtuoso from some kind of trauma. Why is this so dangerous? Number one, he's delusional, obviously. But number two, because he thinks he was born with talent, and he's gifted, and he's already at the successful level, he never once stopped to think about, how did this streamer that I want to be like, what did they have to do to get where they are? They didn't just flip on the camera. When someone doesn't understand what hard work is, they're doomed. I want you to picture this. You are an employer, and here comes two candidates for a job. One is a whiz kid, never went to the military, never did any internship, never went to college. They just know stuff. Then you have another candidate who did all of those things. 2 internships. They may not know as much as the innate talent person, the one who was born with it, but they have a resume like you wouldn't believe. Proof that they worked hard, that they worked to get where they're at, where the other one just learned along the way. Me, I'm hiring that person with the stacked resume, successful. They have to be successful, not just I was there. They are going to grow more, and they aren't going to stop learning. They have a history of seeking further education. This isn't really the best example, but say you're a classical guitarist, and they want to hire you for a course at the University of Maryland. You don't really know music theory, but you are the best in the country. Then along comes someone else who knows theory, who knows composition, knows all of that. Who are you going to hire? The guy that's going to stand up in the front and go, okay, yeah, it's like, okay, so put your fingers here, or someone who's going to give them a baseline to start, so hopefully one day they'll be better. It's not that difficult. And I didn't mean to sound like I was talking down to anybody. I wanted to make a point about innate talent and people who work hard. You guys know about the Dunning-Kruger effect. You guys know all about that. Someone with low competence. Here's the problem with Cyraxx. Let me say this. Cyraxx doesn't understand the scope, how large the streaming industry is, all of the ins and outs, the kind of content you need to make. But he knows how to flip a camera on and do his garbage stuff, and he can have an audience. Even when he had like 1,000 subscribers or something, they weren't watching for the right reason. That's not a career path. But I had 1,000 subscribers once. I'm a badass. I think I only have like 1,600 subscribers, and I love every one of you all, but I am under no illusion. I am not delusional. I am not the best. I need to evolve my content. If I ever monetize this channel, which I don't know what I'm going to do, because I feel like if I did, I'd be robbing people just because I'm not as good as the others. That's why I haven't monetized the channel. Some of you may think that's BS, but it's real. I'm a realist. I see every viewer as a gift. Cyraxx doesn't. And he would treat those viewers like DSP does, which is why Darkside Phil is still in the same spot. Low competence. He at one time recorded his screen with a video camera, was essentially the first big streamer. Even PewDiePie, I think, said he was inspired. Well, Phil never evolved. He just had the idea. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you live in a little bubble and you only know turn the camera on, stream, talk, and play video games, you're not going to get very far because everyone else knows that. But those things, well, the other streamers are doing them. And again, I'm not trying to talk down to anybody, but those other streamers are doing them, and I'm doing them too. But I don't know about every other thing that's going on to the highest level, from the lowest level. I only see the on switch, video gaming, let's go. Okay. Cyraxx is dumb, but he also doesn't have a willingness or drive to learn. Because if he did, there are basic free streamer courses out there that take you from the beginning to the end. I mean, they're not sharing big industry secrets, but they're telling you what you need to do, how to market yourself, get a distinct look. Not your disgusting, dilapidated attic. But yeah, that's another reason he can't make it. Man, oh man, one thing that a lot of people can't handle is critical feedback. And in all fairness, there are some people who don't know how to give it, who don't know how to give it in a way that people will receive it. You have those tough love people. You have those kids who will talk about, yeah, my mom was really hard on us. Or like Michael Jordan and his teammates. Yeah, he was an a-hole. He was a dick, but he made us champions. He's just been surrounded by good job, Chancey Poo. You actually got your shoes on the right foot today. He's instantly a genius in his head. We've mentioned this before, and his buddy trolls, I fucking hate him. I hate him. They are helping to ruin his life by trying to enrich their own. Yeah, that was dope, man. That was dope. And even if they want inside information, they have to kiss up to Cyraxx to keep it. Cyraxx is a simpleton, and he needs consistency. And again, structure. He needs to put something together where he gets up in the morning and he knows what he's doing until the end of the day. Even if it's simplistic and boring, he needs it. He doesn't know that to be successful, you have to be consistent. If you're trying to be one of these big channels, Space Ice, you change your day. Like Space Ice changed the day he posted, and it was such a big deal to regular viewers. They invest time in you. It's not that I lack self-awareness. I'm talking about real streamers, real people. But Chance goes on so much, and this is why I've unfollowed some people. They unsubscribe. They're so random when they put out their videos. They go live during the day, sometimes in the evening. There's no set schedule, really. And working people like us, who have a life, if we want to keep up with them, we have to make time. Cyraxx has all the time in the world, so we would never understand this. But we have to make time, and we want to be able to get there. But if we constantly miss their streams, chances are we're going to unsubscribe. Chance's videos are so random, and he would never research what it is that his fan base, if you can call it that, actually like about him. He wouldn't care about the content they wanted. Again, I hate to bring him up, Darkside Phil. He doesn't care what they want. He gives them the illusion of choice and then does whatever the hell he wants. Cyraxx would just get on, maybe get some views on one video, and instead of going with it, he just put out another ranting, crying video. Imagine you're a first-time viewer, and you roll into somebody's chat like Styled Moth, Swampy D, and it's funny, and there's interaction, live, commentary. Then you go to somebody like Chance's, and your first encounter with him is Cyraxx, or screaming at the trolls. I mean, you might stick around. If you don't find him fascinating, like he can't be real, you might stick around maybe one or two streams just to be like, wow, what a train wreck. All right, I'm not going to devote my time to him. Quality, Chancey Poo, quality is important, not quantity. When you're sitting around and you're bored and you just pick up a mic and you say, guys, it broke the headstones. That's another thing real quick. Chance should have just kept his mouth shut. If you're ever going to take legal action or you are going to get the police involved, shut your mouth and do it. You don't advertise it to the world. You don't give people a chance to form some kind of excuse or get rid of the evidence. How you address it on stream could be used in court later. If you're like, you guys are freaking stupid, man. You think I'm going to fall for that? And then you make another video, or I know, or let's just say this. The first video is, how could you do this? And the second video is, you think I fall for that crap? I know you guys didn't really do it. And then in court, I know you guys didn't really do it. I know you guys didn't really do it. And there you go. Mr. Wilkins, you are admitting on camera that you know they didn't do it. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Somebody should have sat him down and said, hey, there's a difference between skill and talent. Skill comes from hard work and dedication. Talent is something you have. We know he has no talent. The way he tries to play guitar and scream sing and his AI art and his garbage gaming videos, he doesn't have skill or talent. But you could tell somebody who isn't talented, who isn't gifted, that you can get to where you want to be if you work hard and you dedicate yourself to perfecting your craft. Tell Cyraxx that 10,000 hours is, you know that quote, 10,000 hours is what it takes to be a master. I've done magic for a long time, gotten a lot of props, but there's still so much to learn because magic is always evolving. Whereas streaming for Cyraxx, it's pretty much going to be the same if you just stuck with it, if you just practiced, if you just added things to it, made it more palatable. But he doesn't understand the difference between skill and talent. And you could try and scream at him till you're blue in the face, but I don't think he's going to fall for it. And when I say fall for it, he would obviously think this was a trick, reverse psychology. You want him to put out more videos, or you just don't want him to put out any videos at all. You know his videos will break the internet. One of his biggest problems is focus and focused practice. Not just picking up a guitar and going, bang, you know, the noise he makes, but actually working on it and practicing, focusing on things where you feel that you're weak, or maybe you listen to other good guitarists and you say, I don't sound like that. Why don't I sound like that? Then try to figure out what's going on. Like a photographer who is good at framing pictures, knows about light exposure, but maybe doesn't understand why this other photographer's images look antique naturally without going through Photoshop, and they rub Vaseline on the lens, or they've got a piece of plastic that's clear. You know what I'm saying. They have special techniques that they use. How to shoot miniatures. That is a very difficult thing to do. How to shoot miniatures without them looking like miniatures. But you're not going to get him to focus with practice. And you're not going to get him, let alone just practicing anything. He's not good at anything. He should be practicing one thing, getting good at it, and then, if he feels comfortable, moving on to the next. Finally, one thing he will never get, and one thing he cannot do, is listen to the perspective of others, because if he did, he would understand why so many people view him the way that they do. He wouldn't be angry about it. He would be, okay, I need to figure out why they think that, and how I can show them I'm not actually that person. Maybe I should listen about what they want me to do, or things that I need to work on. I probably need to work on everything, but maybe they could tell me something. Maybe I could ask them a question. What should I work on? What would you like to see me improve? I trust you. That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. He has no innate ability. He has no skill, no innate talent. He's not going to improve, and we're going to get the same old Chancy Poo from now until he finally kicks the bucket. Until his 1.5 lungs, 0.1 kidneys, 0.2 heart ventricles, half a brain, 2 crooked eyes, a disgusting poop tooth mouth, non-shoulder having. Anyway, until he kicks the bucket, he's never going to get better. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Ain't gonna make sense to me.